Guys, my name is Marissa, also known as Homemaking with Marissa on YouTube as well as on Instagram. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make 3 different dinners using only 5 ingredients. For this menu, I will be using the same 5 ingredients, so I'll show you 3 completely different meals using chicken, rice, broth, asparagus, and diced tomatoes. This video is in collaboration with my friend MEREDITH HAYNIE. She will also be showing you 3 different dinners that have 5 ingredients. Hers will also be including chicken and rice. When you're done watching my video, please go and check out Meredith's video and show her some love by subscribing to her channel. For each of these recipes, I will be using 2 chicken breasts. On this night, I'm just going to butterfly the chicken and then cut it into smaller sections, put it into a separate bowl to add salt and pepper. I'm not counting salt, pepper, and oil as ingredients because I feel like most people just have that on hand. Tonight, I'm going to be cooking our rice in the Instant Pot. I'm taking the liquid in our diced tomatoes and measuring that out. I will be using 1 cup of rice, so I'm needing 2 cups of liquid. I almost was able to get 1/2 cup of liquid out of the tomatoes, so I'm just going to add another 1.5 cups of chicken broth and then add in our 1 cup of rice. This Instant Pot has a specific rice setting, so I will just press the rice button and it cooks for 10 minutes. I want to point out that for our rice, I am just using the liquid from the tomatoes. I'm reserving the tomatoes themselves to make a pan sauce for our chicken. I just added some avocado oil to the bottom of a cast iron skillet. I'm going to season our chicken breasts with salt and pepper. Wait for the fry pan to heat up before adding our chicken to the pan. My favorite way to cook asparagus is just to roast it in the oven at 350 degrees with a little bit of oil and salt and pepper. I cook our asparagus, it really depends on the thickness of your asparagus, but typically I cook it anywhere between 15 and 20 minutes. I have already snapped the ends off of the asparagus, which are a little bit fibrous and don't taste very good. At this point, our skillet has heated up, so I'm just going to put our chicken breasts on and season the other side with salt and pepper. When your rice goes off, you do want to remove the lid, release the steam, and just fluff it with a fork. I always just stick the lid to the Instant Pot back on and wait until it's ready to serve. This way the rice won't get cold, but it also won't stick together. At this point, our asparagus is done, and I'm just going to finish up our chicken. The chicken, you just want to make sure that it reaches an internal temperature of 165 degrees. I always like to make sure that it's really well caramelized on the outside. Now, unfortunately, I was not recording when I was showing how to make the sauce for this dish. I just added a little bit of chicken broth and then our stewed tomatoes. I made sure and scraped all of the brown bits off the bottom of the cast iron skillet. This is what it looked like once the sauce came together. This dish was really tasty, and it was my 2 older sons' favorites of the 3 dishes that I'm making. Next meal is going to be what I call a chicken Italian fried rice. I'm going to start by taking our 2 chicken breasts and just cubing them into bite-sized pieces. as well as taking our bundle of asparagus and chopping that into bite-sized pieces. If you have recipes that are simple, don't require a lot of ingredients, but are things that your family loves, please comment them down below. I would love to try out your family's favorite recipes. We're going to start by sauteing our chicken in some avocado oil and adding some salt and pepper. The goal is not to cook the chicken through here, it's just to give it a little bit of color before adding our other ingredients. Once your chicken has cooked slightly, this is literally probably 3 minutes in the pan, I'm just going to remove it and move on to cooking our rice. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to the bottom of our pan, as well as 1 cup of rice. You're just wanting to heat your rice up a little bit and allow it to get a little bit of color. Again, you're not wanting to cook it for very long here, probably 3 minutes. You're just going to continuously stir it and allow your rice to get a little bit brown before you're going to add in the rest of your ingredients. For rice, we're going to take our sliced up asparagus as well as returning our chicken to the pan. Now I'm going to add our liquid to cook our rice. I took our can of diced tomatoes and just blended it up in my Vitamix so that it would be a liquid and there wouldn't be any whole tomato chunks. And I'm going to add 2 cups of chicken broth. I'm going to bring this back to a boil, cover it with a lid, and allow it to cook on low for 40 minutes. Once your rice is done cooking, there will still be some liquid at the top. You're just going to want to stir all of your ingredients together and serve your dish. This is what it will look like when it comes out of the pan. The second dish was my husband and my youngest son's favorite, and now we're going to move on to our final dish, which of the 3 was my favorite. We're going to take some avocado oil and put it in the bottom of our Instant Pot. You want to put your Instant Pot on the saute function and add your 2 chicken breasts that again have just been cubed. You want to saute this with some salt and pepper for just a couple of minutes, just to start to get a little bit of color on the chicken. Going to take an entire box of chicken broth and add it to our Instant Pot. You're going to want to put it on the manual setting and let it cook for 10 minutes. Once your timer goes off, you will want to immediately release the pressure and then add the rest of your ingredients. Going to just add 1 can of our diced tomatoes as well as our chopped up asparagus. Doing a good job of mixing this up to make sure that nothing is going to stick to the bottom before I stick the lid back on the Instant Pot and set it to manual pressure for 4 minutes. When your timer goes off, you're going to want to release the pressure immediately and stir your soup. here is what it will look like when it's done. I want to remind you to check out Meredith's video. I will have that linked in the description box down below. If you haven't done so already, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. You can do so by clicking on my face on the right side of your screen. I hope that you are all staying happy and healthy. Bye!